All right, in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a custom GPT using ChatGPT 4. So let's go ahead and go to the Explore section. And basically, this is the homepage of the chat store that's going to show you all of the GPTs that people have created on their own. And what we're going to do is go to the top right corner and click Create. Now, you can create a custom GPT one of two ways. You can either create it with a prompt where you're just talking to it conversationally and you're telling it what you want, but we're actually going to go into the configure tab so that way we have a little bit more control of what we want to put into this custom GPT. So I like to start off really with understanding the end goal and then working backwards from there. So rather than just jumping in and naming what your GPT is, think about what you want to use it for and what do you have specific knowledge on that you can upload into ChatGPT and then have that be leveraged in your custom GPT, so that way anybody that's working with it can have access to this really specific knowledge that they can't get, if they were to browse the web or if they were to use any other of the GPTs in the store. So one of the things that we have a specific knowledge on is a service that we have called Sign Scout through Airweb Digital, and that's one of our services for the outdoor industry. Right here, we have it called Site Scout. So I just know that Sign Scout and Site Scout are the same thing. Mm-hmm. So what I have is deliverable examples. So I'm actually going to pull, this solution showcase PDF, and I'll go ahead and show you right here how we have some key features of Site Scout. So we can talk about how, it includes tracking visualizations and how we have a patent pending workflow. And then also down here, you can see some of the examples that we have for traffic and parking studies and drone data and things like that. So this is a PDF that we've created for internal use, and we're going to upload it to our custom GPT so that way we can reference it and ask it any kind of information, and it can pull from the knowledge base the solution showcase from Site Scout and then answer our questions with that. So we can also include examples like from projects. So we have this one example here. Let me pull it up. This is a project that we did for this self-storage facility, and we have reverse visibility showing here. We have some mock-ups and showing how all four corners are visible for signage placement. We have different perspectives, east of site, west of site. So we have these visualization examples that we can feed into our knowledge base, so that now this GPT has specific knowledge on that. Then it can have this other project that we did in Conroe, Texas. So this shows it for a Chick-fil-A pylon sign. So now it knows, okay, cool, this can be done for self-storage facilities, for signage on the side of the facade, but it can also be used for pylon signage and advertising like that. So let's just keep on giving it some knowledge base. I want to include maybe this one from Sweet Addison. So this is for a cookie brand. And we're looking at some attention analytics on the actual design of this cover that would go over like their package wrapping. So we have some breakdown of what area of interest is and how that works related to our attention analysis. So just continue to feed this knowledge base that you've built up, feed it into your custom GPT. So now we have 4 PDFs into our knowledge base, and then we can go back through naming, describing, and adding in our custom instructions for this custom GPT. So let's go ahead and call this Site Scout. I'll call it Site Scout so that way it's simple. So Site Scout, this is going to be the GPT for that. Description: you are a Site Scout expert. Answer all questions for creating quotes, PDFs, or managing projects. Instructions. The instructions would be pull information from the web, but most importantly, from the PDFs in the knowledge base. So we want this GPT to reference the knowledge base first, and we'll tell it what's in the knowledge base so that way it has a good reference point of what is what, and it doesn't get confused and try to guess what's what, because ultimately we're the expert, so we kind of have to feed it this information and dummy it down so that way it can become the expert. But tell it where to pull from and why pulling from that area is important. So Site Scout Solution Showcase talks about different services and features of Site Scout, while the other PDFs that have a location in the title or Sweet Addisons, because that was the cookie brand. So those other PDFs that have a location in the title or Sweet Addisons are actually project examples. Pull information from here to help create sales letters. What else do we want? Custom quotes, marketing content, and other copy. And then when we come down to this conversation starters, we can actually put some predetermined questions that makes it super simple for us in the future if we just want to come to this GPT and we have a common question that we always ask. We can put in the conversation starters, so that way it saves it on the right hand side. It actually saves it as a predetermined question. You don't have to retype it all the time. So list 5 features of Site Scout. Why does Site Scout help pylon companies or pylon manufacturers? What are services within Site Scout? How does Site Scout help with advertisement designs? All right, so we got our predetermined questions, basically conversation starters. They're getting pulled up over here. And then lastly, you want to check out your capabilities. Of course, we want the GPT to browse the web. Do we want it to create images? Sure, that way it can create some nice sales or marketing images that we can use in content. And it doesn't really need to interpret any code, because this is not going to help us build out any kind of code. When you come into here for actions, you can go do more advanced stuff in here. We're not going to talk about that today. And additional settings, do you want to use your data into other GPT models to improve the overall models? Yes or no, it doesn't really matter. But if you want a nice profile picture for it, I would suggest go through everything, fill out your instructions, put your knowledge base, your description, all that stuff, because then the image that you create for your profile picture is actually a little bit more contextual. So right now, I just use DALL-E to create an image for this. And then after that, we have our own custom GPT that knows and understands our solution from Airweb Digital, which is Site Scout. So now you have a drone literally flying over an area, scouting out the area, which is pretty cool. It works out good for it. I can come into here and just go ahead and click on, one of our predetermined questions, list 5 features of Site Scout. Now it starts going into the different types of features that you can expect when ordering Site Scout. Remember, that's pulling from our knowledge base. Anything that you put into this knowledge base can then be interpreted and pulled to the front facing, but you have to make sure, good data in, good data out. So put as much as you can. I suggest doing PDFs and also some images. You can put image screenshots, and it can pull from the images. So that is how you set up a custom GPT. Oh snap, getting crazy on me. So if you guys have any questions for it, let us know, and I'll try to answer it in the next video. Peace.